means it's episode 654 of Good Luck High Five. Megan, you want to say your thing?
Hey, everyone.
Let's bring it down. Let's just bring it down a little bit.
down for a
That's
second.
for you if you play Magic the Gathering. Whether you are suffering as I potentially am from poor air quality or you're
God,
feeling
yeah.
A-okay, we are here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And wow, for the third show in a row.
Oh my gosh, what does it mean?
We are welcoming special host Tyler to the show.
Hello.
what does it mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
The deeper meaning behind
Wow.
all of this.
It certainly means I'm happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
we are too.
We are too. It's
good.
really nice.
Yeah.
Tyler is joining us on the show again this week, not only for his personality and good looks, but also because we're going to be talking about data from 17 lands. And Tyler is a limited phenom, if I may call you such a
Gosh,
thing.
I guess you can. I feel.
Phenom.
Yeah, I don't.
Phenom.
All right.
Phenom.
That's what I am now, I guess, because that's what you've called me.
Several times.
Your win rate in limited and Magic drafts is absolutely absurd, and you're very good at dissecting the data from 17 lands and talking to us about what we should or could or might want to consider doing in
Yes.
Edge of Eternities draft to get an edge on the competition.
Yeah,
Indeed.
indeed.
So I've set you up for a big delivery on this episode, Tyler.
Yeah, no, I was even, like the phenom part alone, but then you kept talking, so I do feel.
And if
Yeah.
you do not deliver, will this be the last time we hear from Tyler?
Wow.
Oh, gosh,
Ever?
I like a good threat.
Yes.
In terms of my performance, that
And
helps.
that
with,
was one.
Yeah, that helps with it a lot for sure. Honestly, yeah. If I
Megan-
think I might be in danger, then I really.
I think if
light up.
anyone on this episode right now should be in danger of not coming back, it should be me. I think I've arguably made it pretty clear that I am the top candidate for being cut.
Quite frankly, I think it's the air quality that's
yeah.
on really
Well,
on the
let's
chopping
cut the
block.
air quality. How about that?
Yes, I mean let's improve the. I don't know, cut it. What
Yeah,
is cut it improving it?
I'm not sure.
No
Yeah, if we-
more
I don't want to
oxygen.
cut the air.
I will say
Entirely.
it is we are we've had a rough summer in terms
Yes,
of air
we
quality.
sure
The
have.
Them
Canadian
fires in
wildfire
Canada,
smoke
yes.
has, yeah.
So if the wind comes up, basically, if the patterns are moving that the wind comes up from the south, it is so hot and humid
Yes.
because of corn sweat, which is this is the year everyone learned
What?
about corn sweat.
Yeah.
I didn't learn about corn
Really?
sweat.
Well,
Oh,
Maria,
yeah.
corn be sweating
Yeah. 'Cause
in
it's hot?
Iowa.
Oh.
And there's just moisture that comes off of the corn.
Like there's so much corn in Iowa, and then the moisture comes off the corn, and then the wind coming from
Blows
the
it
south
up here.
picks it up, takes it up here.
So we're getting drenched with corn sweat? That's
Yes,
what you're
Maria,
telling me?
that is what is happening. And then if the wind comes from the other way, which is from the north down, it is cooler, and that is nice, except right now there's all those Canadian wildfires, so the
I
air quality
see.
is very bad.
Yeah.
No wonder my skin tastes so good when I lick it.
And it is it is
Corn.
literally like messing with my head.
Yeah, it's
It is.
awful.
It's
It
been
is
in
awful.
it's been in the red the last 3
It's
days.
been
and
really rough.
When it's that bad, it does start to, depending on how much insulation
Yeah.
you have or how well your house is like airtight.
Yeah, absolutely.
and that can make a huge difference because the air. It's not like I hate to say this, but windows are not just air proof. Like they keep a lot of the air out, but not necessarily all
Windows,
of it.
true.
they're not airproof. Especially, I live in like an older building,
Totally.
Yeah.
And
Same.
even though it makes me so sad because I love having my windows open when the
Yes.
weather is
Oh,
nice.
same,
but I've
same.
been running my AC just to also have the filtration a little
Totally.
bit.
Yeah.
'Cause it rough out there.
It rough out there.
It rough out there, y'all.
It really is.
Well, that's why I'm glad we can all join together here
Yes.
in this podcast studio to bring you the joy of magic, despite it being rough in so many ways currently in the world, air quality included.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, talking about Edge of Eternities draft statistics and how to get better at draft is the main thrust, if you will, of this episode.
I also thought you were going to say threat again.
Yeah.
It's the main threat.
Getting better at draft is the main
Main
threat
threat.
of this episode.
I like. Yeah. Let's threaten me and threaten the audience
Hey,
as well.
you're going to be better at
yeah.
draft by the time you're done listening to this, or else.
Or else.
I don't know what.
We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Or else
we'll get back
I'll
to
get cut from the show.
Oh, gosh.
Why do I keep trying to hear myself.
I don't know.
It's the air quality.
It's the air quality.
It's the air
Yeah.
quality.
Air quality. Something else that's in the air, check out this segue, is all of our new patrons over on patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
There is nothing I like more than a call out of a segue.
It was great. It was great. Yeah,
really
it was
good.
seamless, and I enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
really
That's
was.
why I keep getting asked back to host a show. Is those called segues?
We do, in fact, send an email every week announcing who's gonna to ourselves
We're like,
who's getting asked back to
It's a
host.
nice-
made the cut again.
It's
Thank
a nice
God.
morality boost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where
12 years of Maria and I getting an email every
Fingers
Monday.
crossed,
That's like,
we're corn
"Y'all's turn."
sweating in our little rooms.
Yeah, you never sleep well on Sunday night, though. You know what I mean? It's always a little dicey.
Am I gonna get asked back to host Good Luck High Five tomorrow?
God. We had a special challenge for our listeners last week, which
Yes.
was the next 10 subscribers on our Patreon get a pre-release box of Edge of
Yes,
Eternities.
a little pre-release
Pre-release
kit.
kit.
Yeah.
And we have 10 new patrons.
Which is so good. Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much to all 10 of our new patrons. We love and appreciate you so much.
We truly do.
We got a lot of puns to get through, so buckle up, Buttercup.
Yes,
Here
we
we
do.
Number
this is-
one.
Yeah. Also, just to note,
Yeah.
we are recording this on Friday, August 1st.
Yes.
The day that the episode released and people knew was July 31st. So these are new patrons starting
In between
July
those
31st
2
to
days.
August 1st.
Correct.
What did I just say? I didn't even put together that I was talking about 2 days.
You were.
Here
Yeah.
we are.
So we
Okay.
have one person who didn't make the cut for the box, right? No, this person is still, that's a year charge. Never mind, that's a tiny charge.
Yeah.
So we're good.
We have 10 people.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right.
we might only have 9.
No, we have
No,
10.
we have 10.
We have 10,
Wow.
for sure.
I really need to pick up my performance. or else I might not be here next week.
Let's kick things off with Brian.
Brian, thank you so much.
Hey, Brian. I'm not crying because you're a patron now. Thank you, Brian.
Hey, Brian, I'm flying because you're a patron now. Thank you, Brian.
Burr, I am cold.
Wow. Incredible.
I
Thank
love
you,
that one.
Brian.
And I liked, and it took some acting because it is in fact not cold
No,
inside
it's
of this.
really hot.
It is not
It's
cold.
corn sweaty in
Burr,
here for
I am
sure.
cold if you don't become a patron.
And you did, and so I guess that's
I'm
why
not, and so
we're,
that's
we're
why it's
really
warm in
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Thanks to Tronathon.
Tronathon.
Thank you.
Wow, I put your name on the Jumbotron
Oh,
as a thank you if I had one.
I would too. That
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah.
I feel lit up from the inside as if my organs have turned neon, as if they were in the movie Tron.
Oh.
Yeah. Next up, we have Threesher. That's how I'm going to pronounce your name.
I think that that's correct.
Okay.
Threesher.
Threesher. I'm for sure that you're great.
Yeah, that was so good. Can't be followed. That was excellent.
Okay, we can't beat that
more
one.
like our
Oh.
MC Threesher because you're an artist
Okay.
An artist
of becoming a
patronage.
patron.
Yeah.
An artist of patronage.
Galen. Up next, Galen.
Galen, I'm failing to find a reason that you're not great.
Galen, it's gonna be easy sailing for this show now that you're a patron.
Did a gale of wind just blow in here? Because, wow, I'm feeling the effects of your patronage.
Is there a gale in here? Because
Oh, nice.
There it is.
there's a nice breeze.
Again, not really.
There's not one. To be clear, there's not a breeze.
Timothy, you're up next.
Wait, you missed one. Timothy can be next, though.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. I did. But
Wait,
we'll go-
Timothy.
skip. Timothy. Tim, I
Timothy-
Timothy, I see that you're a new patron. Requires some vocal.
Timothy Doc. This show ran up a clock. That clock struck 12 and down the show fell, but then your patronage lifted it back up.
Wow!
I was unsure until the very last
I was
moment
like,
if I
I don't know
was
if
going
you're
to
gonna
pull
get
that
there,
off,
but you did it. You
I
did it.
managed to.
Beautiful.
Timothy, it's time, Athie, to thank you.
Miguel is next. Miguel.
Miguel, thank you so much for increasing your pledge.
Yes.
Me? Gal, I like you. Me? Gal, I like you for being a patron. Nailed it.
Yeah,
Killing
I think
it
that
over
was,
here.
That was,
Absolutely.
That was perfect.
Ryan is up next. Ryan.
My favorite bread is rye and sourdough. That's you.
Two favorites. I love it.
Can't beat a bread pun. Riley, thank you, Riley.
You wait, no, I'm not letting you
Okay,
two.
all right,
You
all right.
cannot skip both Miguel and
You're right.
Ryan.
That's fair.
You two,
You've done them
buckle
both.
up.
God.
Ryan, I'm gonna Ryan my shirt because I'm gonna go to an event that's celebrating you for this patronage
Oh, that's
that you've
so
done
nice
of us.
of
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ryan. If you were a sweet motorcycle, I'd ride on you into this next episode.
Yeah. Beautiful.
See, that was really bad. What did I say next? Riley. See, I could have said Riley for that one.
I'm getting Riley because I'm so excited about how these patrons
I'm
are
all Rileyed
joining.
up.
Yeah, I'm all Rileyed up.
I'd run a whole Ryle to see you be a patron.
Oh, Riley.
And you can let them decide
Oh my
whether that's
God.
a run like a whole while or run a whole mile.
Mile.
Okay, it was mile.
Andy, thank you. You bought a year-long membership. Thank you so much to Andy.
Andy, I'd like to give you a big hand of applause.
Andy, if I was the toys in your room, I'd come alive just to say thank you for becoming a patron.
Wow. Okay.
That's
Andy,
a Toy Story joke.
I don't bandy this about, but
Oh,
I
there we
really
go.
appreciate you doing this and becoming a patron, especially for a year. That's a really kind and generous thing that you've done, and we appreciate it.
You got so serious.
Yeah, I was just trying to land the plane a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
you-
We got one more before we land the
we
plane.
don't land this plane yet.
Okay, the plane is. We were about.
Oh,
it
back
just-
up, go back up.
It did. It just kind of skipped off the ground. It was a little bumpy, but we got back up in the air.
RPG Luminary.
Wow, RPG, more like RPG Luma Dairy Farm.
The pun is in the name. They're a luminary for becoming a patron of Good Luck High Five.
But I'm really curious about what's going on in that dairy farm. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing.
Corn
is,
sweat, I
I was
expect.
thinking
Oh, sure.
of the
Well,
state
yeah,
fair,
but
and
state
everyone
fair.
loves the milk at the state
Oh,
fair.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
more RPG Luma dairy barn at the state fair because everyone's a fan of you.
Yeah. And I like to think it's
Got
like
there.
that A2, A3 dairy stuff, so it's not so bad for the lactose intolerant
Yeah,
people as well.
exactly.
That's how I
Yeah.
like to
Oh,
think
very
about it.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much to all of our new patrons.
Truly, we cannot thank you enough.
But we tried with those puns.
Yeah,
we
and-
tried.
tried.
You decide whether that
Arguably,
was.
we reached full thanks.
I'm at full thanks right now, I'll tell you that much.
Who let me in here?
I think you let yourself in here, honestly.
I do
You
have
have the
keys to
keys
the building.
and the code for the door.
Could
yeah.
not be stopped.
Patreon.com/GLHF Magic. Let's break down the data from 17lands.com about Edge of Eternities draft, everyone. Have you been having some fun drafting some Magical the Gathering cards?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
I definitely have. It's
Oh,
been,
okay,
Yeah,
great.
I've felt like there. I mean, early days yet, but it's felt like there's been some. Yeah, I don't think this is as balanced as Final Fantasy, and the data does seem to bear that out. But I have
Yeah.
felt like there've been some fun things that you can try to do at least.
There definitely do feel, unlike Final Fantasy, there feel like there are some colors that I'm like, I don't want to be there.
Speaking of colors, that's another segue for you.
Oh, we were.
One of the first things we like to look at when we're thinking about a new format and how to win in draft is the color data as to which color pairs or color combinations might be stronger or weaker than others. So we're taking a look at this data on Friday, August 1st. So it will have shifted, no doubt, by the time you hear this. But enough games have been played that we feel very secure in talking about this data, even
Yes.
this early on in the format, because the sample size is already gigantic.
Yeah.
So the first thing...
for almost 50,000 games.
That's
for the two,
incredible.
That's just for two color decks, which is by far the majority, but it's still that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
we usually focus on two color decks because that's normally where you're going to be in a format.
Especially in this format, which doesn't have a lot of support for 3 or more color.
Yeah. There's the lander tokens, but there are no. For the
exactly.
first time in a long time, there's no in the
There's
that
no
basic land
common-
slot.
yeah.
There's no
Common two-color
two,
lands.
yeah, dual
Correct.
lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's focus in first on 2-color and talk about that. And that will kind of tell us a little bit of a story of where we're at with draft by the, you'll see. The number one color pair in this format with a 57.6% win rate is none other than blue-green Simic.
Heyo.
Congratulations to
Yeah.
Simic.
Finally.
It has been a long time since you have been anywhere near the top of a draft
Yeah, well, and there was
format.
certainly a long period of time where it was always
Quite
near the
bad.
bottom. Yeah, it was like always a little sad.
Yes, I in fact have Simic is so good that if my opponent is playing it, I feel
You're like, whoops.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
playing it.
Gonna
If they're playing it and
win.
I'm not, I'm like,
This isn't gonna go well.
oh no.
Next up, in second place is Celestia Green-White at 56.4%.
That
Yeah.
also feels quite true.
Yeah.
Put
And
them counters on them creatures.
here we go. Number 3. Can you guess the trend yet? Is Gruul Red-Green at 56.3%.
Wow, again, congratulations to Gruul.
Yeah.
Not usually
Not
third,
always-
not often a place
Yeah,
you get to see
very
yourself.
true.
Gruul.
Yeah, I've got a Gruul deck on Arena right now that I'm battling with. Feels pretty sweet.
Nice.
What's the thing all 3 of these top 3 decks share?
I
Pop-
gotta
pop
say
quiz.
green.
Well, you're both right, actually.
hey,
I
yeah,
Oh,
true.
okay.
I wasn't specific enough, and that's on me. What's that meme? I set the bar too low.
Yeah.
Yes, green. Green appears to be the name of the game here in this format. Coming in fourth, taking a quick scan here of the data. It's not in descending order, which is kind of a mind mess for me. Coming in at
It's
number
very
4,
close, but I think it's Orzhov.
Orzhov at
one black.
55.4%. So that's white-black.
Yeah.
And at number 5, we've got our friend Rakdos. Number 5, we've got our friend Azorius, 55.3%.
So very close.
Very
to
close.
White, black, yeah.
Followed by Rakdos at 54.2%, etc.
I have not seen a lot of people playing Rakdos out
Yeah,
there.
same. I would agree with that.
Yeah, me
It seems
too.
like there's a fun there's not a is it threaten? I can never remember the generic steel card.
Yeah, threaten.
There's
Yeah.
there's not a generic threaten effect at common, but there is an uncommon one that's
Uncommon,
pretty
yeah.
good because it can kind of turn on a spaceship a spacecraft a lot of the time. But there are a fair number of pretty good sack outlets. So it feels like if it's really open, I feel like it's a deck that could work. But obviously, at least as of thus far, it's not doing super well, but also not super poorly.
Kind of sad to see a deck like Is It here kind of at the bottom of the pile,
Yeah.
close to the bottom at 53.8%, because I was excited for this being kind of an artifact sub-theme
Sure,
set,
yeah.
that the artifact color pair would have more of a splash.
Yeah.
So kind of just
Although
wanted to
this
see
is
that.
a set where artifacts are way more across everything.
That is true.
Is true.
That
Yeah,
Usually
they
we
are
do think
everywhere.
of being, blue-red as being like the artifact color pair. But in this one, there is a lot of artifacts. Like
yeah.
blue-white is a pretty strong artifact theme.
True.
Yeah, true.
True enough. Boros coming in 53.5%
Yeah.
to round out the bottom of the pile. I didn't say Demir. That was at 54% straight up.
Golgari out,
Oh, and Golgari.
bottoming out,
Bottoming out.
53.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Rough.
Which is interesting because it does have green
It
in
does
it.
have
So
green.
there's something
Yeah,
interesting
gosh,
there.
Black.
the black
so bad
support.
that even
Yeah.
green can't save it.
Yeah, or just that somehow sometimes just those,
Yeah.
the colors just don't work well together. It's interesting as well because I think black and green have had some decent decks in the last couple.
Yeah.
Like it was Final Fantasy, you
Usually-
weren't sad to be in any color pairs, but
Big
black green was-
creature plus removal, good deck.
Yeah, usually has some good stuff going on.
Yeah.
Boros and Is It was probably, even though Final Fantasy was very balanced, Is It was probably the best deck to be in, or at least it seemed that way on Arena. I think even very
Yes.
late, there were just cards that would come around that you were like, this is better than the spot I'm getting it at. And Boros has been in, especially Best of One on Arena, has been, I would say, over the last couple years, consistently one of the top performers, and maybe on average the best, or it's certainly in the top couple color pairs, I think. So it's interesting that both of those are so near the bottom.
Let's take a look at the speed of the format, because that's something other thing we have to keep our eye on as far as draft is concerned. Do we have time to do the things we want to do? Do we have to worry about hitting the board super early with a lot of 2-drops, etc.? So Edge of Eternities draft is only slightly faster than Final Fantasy. So
Yeah.
that feels very good to me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't want a format, certainly not all the time, to be blazingly fast so you can never do the thing you want to do.
I never want a format to be fast.
Yeah,
Hot
fair,
take.
Fair. I do think, especially on Best of One, it does often feel pretty bad when the format is very, very fast because it just feels so snowbally, and it feels like the play is so important. Because when you have that hand smoother, the play just is so punish. Like if you're on the draw and they're on the play and they come out with a good curve and enough lands, which you're almost always going to do because of the hand smoother, it just feels very punishing.
So let's take a look at the top 10 commons for the set right now. This is based on game in hand win rate, which means if you draw the card, how likely are you to win the game? And commons, we're going to focus on those first because those are the cards that are going to be the most important to you, the cards you're going to see the most often happening in draft. Top 10, starting with number 10.
Diplomatic Relations. This is 2 and a green for an instant. Target creature, parentheses, you control.
Yep.
Gets +1/+0 and gains vigilance until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls.
Beautiful. Love a good fight.
Yep. And
it's not even a fight. It's a punch.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a punch.
a bite.
And it's a good one at that because it has a little bit of, it's instant speed, which is always nice. Gives you a little bit of like if your creature's a 2/2 and they have a 4/3 or something, this will get that done. And also gives it vigilance, which is not nothing.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 9, Night Luminary, 3 and white for a 3/2 human knight. When this creature enters, make a 1/1 white human soldier creature token and has warp for 1 and a white.
Pretty
solid.
Pretty solid.
Solid, very versatile. Could come with as many as 3 bodies on one card, which is nice. And just allows you to go wide, allows you to double spell in turns, which lots of things care about. And just has a solid body attached to it.
What's happening, Megan? Are you having another air moment over there?
3 bodies on one card. Haven't seen that kind of action since college.
There it is.
Love it.
Coming in at number 8, Tyler.
Yeah, Biosynthetic Burst, which is a green trick. 1 and a green instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains reach, trample, and indestructible until end of turn. Untap it.
What doesn't it do?
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
The part where it says untap it is like one of the most insulting little pieces of text I've ever encountered on a card. Hey, do you want it to do everything and also you can't have attacked with that creature?
Yeah.
Go straight to heck.
Yeah, that untap
Go
is
straight to heck.
That's a brutal trick when they untap their block.
Because it both saves something from being destroyed if that's what's happening.
Yep.
Or it could just be a straight up combat trick, untap my creature, block yours.
Yep. And it gets reach, which can mean, things can, especially a big creature that doesn't have reach.
And the count, all the +1/+1 counters, synergies in this set.
Yes.
Yep. And the trample, which, is always really a nice thing to have on your trick. So,
the only thing it doesn't do, it gets around Grav Kill.
Yeah.
Which is because that exiles.
Yep. It does.
So that is like this card's only minor, setback.
It's very similar to Gaia's Blessing, except for that specific thing, which is Gaia's Blessing gave hexproof and this gives indestructible. So it's better against, this set does have a lot of board clears and it is better against those, but it's worse against targeted removal that exiles. So
yeah, I played this card today actually, and I was like, that doesn't seem fair.
It is very
pretty good. Yeah, now it's getting boosted. One thing to note about all of the 17's land data is like any card that's in the best colors is going to get a little bit of a boost, at least just because it's going to be on average in better decks all of the time because it's in one of the colors that comes together well and works well with a couple other color pairs. But it is always interesting when a combat trick makes it into the top 10.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, number 7, Megan.
Gene Pollinator. This is single green for a 1/2 artifact creature robot insect. Tap an untapped permanent you control. Add 1 mana of any color. Great. Also, Maria, I'm going to say, I think you might have overlooked this guy for cutest card.
He's pretty cute.
Yeah.
He is real stinking
Robot
cute now that I'm looking at him.
That's very
Look
true.
at all him little legs.
It just kind of seems like he's just
He's
prancing along. Yeah, he really
prancing
is.
is a very cute activity.
It really is, yeah.
This card
But that
is cute.
Code Cracker Hound, get real. That's a cute
Oh,
dog.
okay. And also,
cute.
gosh, that card is so good.
Yeah, and so again, if you want to tie Rick it by is the card better in draft? That is better.
Yeah.
than
Well,
this in
but
draft.
right now, Gene Pollinator, that's winning.
that's winning.
Obviously. Well,
sure.
Code Cracker Hound is
it's
uncommon.
uncommon.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Code Cracker Hound is better than this. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
This lets you, if you've stationed, untap
Yep.
Yeah.
and add mana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Block.
Wait, say that again. It's not what you just
doesn't
said. I don't
untap.
think.
That's not what you think it
Air's
does.
getting to me, I guess.
Yeah, it does. It does work well with lander tokens, and it works well with any kind of small creatures like tokens, things like that. And it is itself like the 1/2 body is not nothing in this. There's a fair amount of 1/1s running around, and this blocks decently in those and can get into double blocks pretty well as well. And it's also an artifact, which is helpful sometimes, and it just kind of ties a lot of things together.
Ties the room together.
It ties the room together, as they say. Yeah.
Number 6 is Orbital Plunge. First red card on the list. 3 in a red for a sorcery. It deals 6 damage to target creature. If excess damage was dealt this way, you make a lander token.
This card rips.
Is wild to me. The 6 damage is huge.
It kills basically
pretty much everything.
anything.
Yeah.
And the excess damage is going to get through a lot of the time, giving you that extra lander token was so important in this format because the cards cost so dang much mana.
Yeah.
Normally, an effect like this at sorcery speed, we'd be like,
5 mana.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say as well.
It is 1 cheaper than usual.
Yeah, there's usually the big red damage spell is about 5 mana. It might be an instant, but like this one being at 4 is a huge difference.
Yeah.
And 6 damage is usually the kind of the way, like the top of those. Sometimes they're only 5.
Yeah.
And there's a bonus attached to it, so it makes sense to me that it is a very good removal spell.
Oh, coming in at number 5, Germinating Worm.
This is a big surprise to me.
This is a huge surprise.
Yeah, it's
I agree.
4 and a green, 5/5. Says when this creature enters, you gain 2 life, and also has warp cost of 1 and a green, so you can warp it in to gain 2 life.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah,
But also, it's a 5/5.
It is a
warp in,
5/5.
Station, gain 2 life.
Yeah, it's true.
Hop on in there.
I'm curious as the format goes on, like as we'll, I think, get a better idea of why this card is as good as it is in this format, because the spacecraft they're not bad, and some of them are good, but they're not like across the board. Absolutely, you want to be doing that in every deck.
Yeah.
So I'm just interested what the 2 life obviously is not nothing, and double spelling is not nothing. All of that comes together obviously to make this card pretty good. But yeah, I'll just be curious. I haven't gotten to play with this one very much, so I'll be curious to see as the format goes on.
Let
I think
the
what's wild
worm
to
drive.
Me, let him drive.
Let him drive.
I think that what's wild to me is that Ice Cave Crasher, which is another common, it's down at 11. It's just a
that's a great point.
This is 3 and a green for a 4/4 trample landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Up until I would always take the
that
Crasher
over this.
the worm.
Correct. Gosh, maybe it's the warp ability. Maybe just having that happen on 2 is something that makes the difference.
Yep.
Or like the station part, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
warp it
not
for
nothing
2,
for sure.
Gain 2 life, station something for 5.
And it's gonna get close to stationing almost anything in the set because the 5 is a lot.
Absolutely. This next one is also a
big surprise.
Shock to
Agree.
me.
Yeah.
Shock.
This is wild.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. This one's yours, Megan.
Number 4, Thawbringer.
Unreal.
This is 2 and a green for a 4/2 creature insect scout. When this creature enters or dies, surveil 1.
What is going on?
End of sentence.
Yeah.
We've reached the
The
end.
only thing I can think is that it has to be a station thing.
I think that's helping it for sure. But I'm just interested because I don't see there just aren't that many spacecraft that are up way at the top of the game in hand win rate. So I'm just again, it's not like there's none. There's plenty of good spacecraft or like solid spacecraft, but it's
still
it's very interesting. These cards have always somewhat over. I think people don't like. There've been in many previous sets in recent times a 2-mana 3/1 that does this same thing.
Yeah.
And those cards have also always been decent, but they've definitely never been up near the top of
4/2?
number
commons.
4.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that it can hit for 4.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty big.
Yeah, that is something for sure.
Number 3, no surprise here.
Yes.
Banishing Light.
Oh, I love the art on this Banishing Light.
It is very
really
pretty.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a 2 and a white. When this enchantment enters, you exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield, gets rid of anything, and is in the second best color pair if you're playing green-white, which hopefully you're playing green after we're done reading this list. You kind of get the memo. But yeah, it's just solid. It's always been solid. Always be great.
Yeah.
Yep, just really, and it's certainly a sign of how far in the last 3 or 4 years we've come with White's enchantment removal. Because it used to be we'd get kind of Pacify in this slot or some version of it, and this is obviously so much better than that
Take it off
card.
the battlefield.
Yeah, because the Pacify just became kind of unplayable, I think, in Modern Limited, and so they've
Because cards do so much else that isn't just attack or block.
Exactly. So they've responded by giving us this type of a card instead, which I really appreciate.
You know how we said Simic was the second best color, the best color pair in this format? We haven't seen a blued card anywhere on this list until here in spot number 2.
Yeah, this is Cryogen Relic. It's 1 and a blue for an artifact, and it reads, when this artifact enters or leaves the battlefield, draw a card. And it also has the ability, 1 and a blue, sacrifice this artifact, put a stun counter on up to 1 target tapped creature.
Nice.
So
this card is great.
Yeah, it's very solid. There's another common that I don't know the name of that's 3 and a blue for a 3/4 that is you sacrifice an artifact when it comes into play, and you can draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, I believe.
Oh, nice.
And it obviously plays really well with this. And I have just seen it be pretty solid. Like 4 mana broken up over turns to draw 2 cards and potentially put a stun counter on a tapped creature. That's just not a bad deal. Like it's not so far from that combat tactics or whatever it was in Final Fantasy, the 2 and a blue, draw 2 and put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. I don't know that it's not maybe quite as good as that card, or it depends on the situation.
That was also an uncommon though.
Oh no, I think that was a common.
Combat tactics.
I think it was.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, a bet has occurred.
Well, I don't know if we've made a bet, but
I've made a bet on your behalf.
I feel
How much money do you have on this?
$1,000.
You heard it here first, everybody. Megan, who's right?
See, I think I got the name wrong, which is the fair part about why you may have been confused.
Like, I'm now confused.
It's like combat something.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Yeah,
put it. Yeah, maybe don't type something
of this.
in
I'll
there.
tell you that. There's $1,000 on the line, and nobody's leaving here until you either pay or get paid.
We're getting there. All right, yeah, finally. Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, that looks good. Yeah. Combat tutorial. All right, I was right the wrong T word.
Okay.
But that is the card I was talking about.
The common.
All right. So I feel like I cannot accept the bet that you did not accept because I was wrong about the card type.
That I made on your behalf.
That I made on your behalf. But one way or the other, combat tutorial and this card I do think have some. You could say there's similarities. This one has some advantages. Combat Tutorial obviously was just a simpler card. You could just play it for 3 mana and get a +1/+1 counter. But this, because it's broken up over 2 turns and because there's some sacrifice pluses to it, I think that's
what does this card remind me of, Megan? You know,
Cryogen Relic?
Yeah.
Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the classic card that is comp for it for sure.
And coming in at number 1, none other than Galactic Wayfarer.
Wildly unsurprising.
Truly.
2 and a green for a 3/3. When it enters, create a lander token.
Solid.
Back in my day, you had to have a 2/2. This card was a 2/2 and you got a lander token.
Yeah.
It's a 3/3. It's a 3/3 for 3 and I get a lander token. Are you freaking kidding me?
I remember when I saw this previewed, I was like,
kidding me?
What?
Yeah, I think
okay.
kidding me
I
right
see
now?
where we're headed.
Yeah, I think almost everyone kind of had this pegged as the top common in the set.
joking with me?
Yeah, it's unfortunately or
joshing?
fortunately, it is not a joke.
No black cards in our top 10.
Yep.
I will point out only 1 blue card, only 1 red card, and 2 white cards
Wow.
in the list. Virus Beetle is the top black card, which is the 1/1 for 1 and a black. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card.
It's at 13.
Which is number 13, followed by another black card.
Right after that,
Depressurize.
and grab pack models. There's
And,
a little cluster of black cards kind of in the 13th to
unsurprising
15th.
that after that at 15th is Cryo Shatter. Just speaking of card, this card has impressed me a lot.
Yep. Just again,
Love a Cryo Shatter. This
Yeah.
is single blue for an enchantment aura, enchant creature. It gets -5/-0. When enchanted creature becomes tapped or is dealt damage, destroy it.
Yeah, that seems
It is
strong.
simply good.
yeah, and this is another similar to Pacify. Like this is another kind of card that looks similar to some blue cards in the past that have not been good. But
But
that
this is
last
one of
little
the
chunk
best-
of text is a huge thing.
When
where
it becomes tapped or is dealt damage,
destroy it. Because the issue used to be with these like
you could just block forever.
yeah,
with it.
exactly.
Yeah.
It would
Block,
become like
block,
an
block,
0-4 or something, and then
whatever.
it was a
Yeah.
problem. But this one,
No, you
even
won't.
stationing it punishes you, and
Yeah.
you only get 1 station out of it. after
Great point.
played, so,
Great
yeah.
point. So let's look at the top 10 commons that you'll want to keep an eye out for in your drafts. Tyler has also made a list of some uncommons and commons that are underrated currently.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
Well, so they're on 17 lands. There's an ALSA, which is average last seen at. And that is the number of packs into a draft that on average is the last time you see this card. So,
Sure.
if it's something like 1 point something, or, like it can't really be less than 1 because you're always going to get to see, if you know what I'm saying, like you get to see 1 pack. And so you're going to the card is going to get seen on that pack. But under that, there is, cards that might be like 6 or 7. You're like, they're getting close to wheeling on average, and they might still be pretty decent. And so these are cards like in that range.
Okay, so these are ones you might expect to wheel.
Yeah,
to
or see late in the first, like
Sure.
like right before the wheel. But
you
they're
should pick 'em up.
Yeah, exactly. They're better than that. They're better than that. Right at the top of this list for commons is Thawbringer, which is unsurprising, as we said. It was
number 4.
Yeah, it was very surprising to us to see that in the top 10. But another cool thing that 17 Lands has is and this is somewhat recent. They didn't have this when it first started being a thing, but you can click on any individual card and it'll give you a lot of like stats about that card that are helpful in terms of like how it performs in each color pair, and is there one color pair where it's better in. And it's really, 17 Lands truly is an unbelievable tool. If anything, it's too good in the sense that formats get solved too quickly now, I think. That's the only downside of having it. But in terms of people who just love to kind of sit and say, like, why is this way? Or, like, get really granular about what's going on in a limited set, it's truly an unbelievable tool for doing that. And if you scroll down a little bit after you've clicked on that, there's a card strength and evaluation section. And this will show you what its rank is among all cards of the same rarity. So this one's a common. So it's 4 out of 82 on its game in hand win rate.
Correct.
But it's being taken its average last seen at is 61 out of 82.
Wow.
So there's a giant delta
That's
between those two.
incredible.
Sense.
So this card is one of the most underrated commons, and probably is the most underrated common because of that. So you look at it and you see it amongst all the commons. It's in the low, very close to the bottom of the total, all of the commons in terms of how low in the pack how low in the round of draft you're seeing it, but also it's one of the very best commons in the whole set.
Incredible. So our surprise at seeing it perform so well and being number 4 on our list,
everybody is experiencing
that
surprise.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Everyone's experiencing
Interesting.
it.
Exactly. The next one up on this list is Fungal Colossus, another green card. This one's a lot less generically good. It is not in the top 10 commons. It's number 17 in game in hand win rate, but it is going 72nd out of 82, so even lower than the Thawbringer.
You do see this guy?
Yeah, very low. And this is a card that it is fairly easy in this set if you are in green to get it down for 4 or less mana. And if you're doing that, it is a pretty decent, if you're playing this for 3 or even less mana, it's not the same as a, what was the card? The serpent that was number of spells in your graveyard, and it was like
Tolarian Terror.
Tolarian Terror.
Yeah,
Thank you. It's not the same as that card, which sometimes could get down really
So
early
1?
for like 1. This is not quite that, because to get it down for 2, you're gonna have to have 5 lands in play. So you can't do that super early in the game, even with landers. But once you get to those later turns, you can do something really impactful, maybe like a more expensive removal spell, and play this card, and that sometimes can be enough to stabilize you in the game when otherwise you might, have been in a place where you're going to lose.
Wow.
So I think that is a card definitely
Fascinating.
to keep an eye out for. Another card on this list is Nebula Dragon. This is a red card.
This is 6 in red for a flying 4/4. When it enters, it deals 3 damage to any target.
Yes. And again, this is not saying you should pick this super highly. It's 24th out of 82 among common cards. It's not, in terms of red cards, it's not terrible because the red cards are not ranked super highly in the list overall in the commons. But again, it's right near the Fungal Colossus, 71 out of 82 in terms of its average last seen at. So again, it's a card that there's a big delta in between when you're seeing it, and it's certainly a playable card and a card that you would want in some of your decks, and you're getting to see it pretty late.
But people aren't treating it like a card you want to put in a deck.
Exactly.
Respect the Nebula Dragon.
Respect the Nebula Dragon. Last 2 cards. The next one is a blue one called Lost in Space. This is 3 and a blue instant. Target artifact or creature's owner puts it on their choice of the top or bottom of their library. Surveil 1.
Gosh, I gotta say, sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, this setting back a spacecraft seems like
Yeah, it can
strong.
be very strong for sure.
Yeah.
And also, this type of card I think is pretty perennially underrated in drafts. It looks kind of bad because you're like, I don't want to just give them back the thing that I don't want anymore, like the next turn. Because obviously, if it's a really good thing and they're gonna want to put it back on the battlefield, they're gonna put it on top. But when you see a card like this that's at instant speed and you get a little bit of a bonus like this Surveil 1, it often plays very well in a set. Not always, but very often. And so it's one of those cards that can read a little bit like, a little frustrating because you feel like you're not actually removing the creature, but it is a real removal spell. It's not like they're putting it back in their hand and then it's card disadvantage. Like this, they have to draw it again, even if it's the next card they're drawing. And this card, this is not as underrated as the ones we've been talking about, but it's still a pretty big delta where it's the 25th best game in hand win rate, but it's being taken as if it's the 50th best in the average CNAP.
All right.
And very last, a card we've already mentioned, Ice Cave Crasher. This is 3 and a green for a 4/4 trample with landfall, gives it +1/+0 until end of turn. This card is 11th out of 82 cards, so pretty high.
Pretty high, yep.
And it's 49th, so pretty low in the average last CNAT.
Yeah.
And so
Take
again,
this, lad.
just a card, that you're probably is going to be generically good in most of your green decks, and you're just going to want to pick it up especially if you're seeing it that way.
A real cutie too.
Yeah.
Moving on to the uncommons, and you tell me how many you want. I'll do this.
Give me the top 5.
Yeah, great. Sounds good. So, first one I'll say is a card that is very, very good in terms of the uncommons. It's the 14th. It's being taken very, very low at 78th. And that card is 1 blue and a black. I'll read the card first. That card is Alfariel.
Alfariel.
I like that.
Ooh, that sounds like a cool name.
Dreaming Acolyte. It's 1 blue, black for a legendary human cleric, 2/3. It says when it enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. During your turn, Alfariel has Death Touch. So it's one of those, similar to a lot of blue-black signpost uncommons we've seen in recent sets, where it gives you some ways to some card selection. Maybe you had discard 2 cards and you're okay with cards being in your graveyard because you want that to happen, or maybe you just discard 1 because you have a lot of artifacts in your deck. But either way, you're getting a lot of card selection on a card that also blocks really well. Well, I shouldn't say that. It doesn't block that well because it only has Death Touch on your turn. So I think it's one of those cards that just doesn't read super powerful, but...
Well, it's also in Dimir, which wasn't putting up the greatest numbers in the world.
For sure. But this is obviously a reason to be in Dimir because similar to what I said about the green cards kind of getting a boost, this card, if anything, is getting drugged down by the fact that it's in a color pair that's not as good. So, yeah, again, just a big delta in between what you're... the time you're seeing it and the level of the card it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Second one is Mouth of the Storm, 6 and a blue for a 6/6 flyer.
This card rocks your world.
It's 7 mana, so I think that's a part of why it's going later than than the
Not
value
in
of the
my
card.
world. I see this card, I take this card.
Yeah, it's very easily splashable as well, so that's another thing to remember is that card can card. Yeah, it gives your opponent's creatures -3 -0 until your next turn, so through your rest of your turn and through their whole next turn. And I think it also has Ward 2. Is that correct? I'm remembering
it does
this
have
off
Ward
the top of my
2.
head. Yeah. So that card just better than people are giving it credit for.
What are you doing?
Exactly. It's a great finisher for a game, and it's just really hard to remove because of that Ward 2. And
it stops your opponent from having a good attack, right?
It does.
Like you get to hold. Like it's sometimes you play a big 6/6 flyer and you're like, I'll have them dead next turn, but the problem is that you're dead on their swing.
Exactly. Yep.
This one is like, nah, I got you.
No.
Their creature. What if their creature all small now?
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good.
And so it is. And this can be the last one. The one that I was somewhat surprised by, though, also I definitely clocked the card on previews. This one is Uthros Psionicist. This is 2 and a blue for a 2/4 jellyfish scientist. And I mean, definitely, I like that, man. All the art in this set is great, and this is no exception. Where it's just a weird but cool kind of.
You could do so much science with that many arms.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of science.
Text on the card says the second spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. And anytime you see something getting reduced by 2,
2 is a lot.
2 is a lot. And I think that's why this card...
And white blue wants to be doing this.
100%. It's definitely good in white blue. There have been cards, like, a lot of times there'll be a card that's kind of a dinky, like, creature that reduces something by 1. Like, it might reduce all your spells by, like, all your non-creature spells by 1. But this giving it 2 and it having a good enough bud on it to block things pretty well, I think that's what makes this card better than some of those. Like, I can just remember there have been some like a 1/3 flyer for 3 that reduced all your spells by 1. Like this card kind of reads like one of those, but the reason it's so much better is number 1, it's 2 less, and number 2, it
has so much less mana.
It is, yeah.
So much less mana.
Yeah. So Yeah.
I just wanted to call. I talked about this card when we talked
it's
about
worth calling out. Yeah, I have it in one of my decks
just
right
because
now.
I like it so. I think this card is so good.
Yeah, it is.
I first picked this recently. Sunstar Lightsmith. We were just talking about the 2 spell decks,
yes,
which is what made me think of this. This is 3 and a white for a 3/3 creature human artificer. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature and draw a card.
Great.
It basically just helps itself keep doing the thing it want to do.
Yep. Yeah.
Because now you drew another card, so that next turn you can cast 2 spells again because you drew another.
Yep.
You drew
Yeah, as
another
long
card.
as you've built your deck in a way that's functional for this card, like
Yes.
it can be very,
It's
very
so
strong. Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Agreed.
This one and the Uthros are the Psionicist are best friends.
Yeah,
the
that is-
Lightsmith
yeah.
and the Psionicist.
What
Read
a
my
Oh, I love that slash fiction.
Oh yeah, it's real spicy. Talk about 3 bodies on one card.
It kind of works out too because I feel like in this art, this Sunstar Lightsmith is kind of using something as like a set of extra
Yeah.
arms, and
Oh,
I feel
they
like that's
can
why they're
help
so good
them.
friends.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Oh, friends to lovers. Love that. Well, everyone, I hope you're better at draft now, just to make good on our threat.
Yeah,
yeah,
because if you
because
are,
otherwise things.
one
I
of
guess-
us is gonna get fired.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
a threat to you. It was like a threat to one of us by way of you. I feel
Yes.
like.
Yes.
Quality threat.
Yeah.
Tyler, what were we looking at here?
Oh, I was just gonna call out this deck that I actually just drafted before I drove over here to record this podcast. So this. It's a green-white deck, which I hadn't drafted yet, which I was excited about. It's got a bunch of it's got 3 gene pollinators.
Wow.
It's got Diadrine, which Nels played on Commander Arcade.
yeah.
Sure did.
But is a X and a green-white for an 0/1 trample, and it enters with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent. So you could cast it as a 1 and a green or green and a white for 2/3 if you wanted to, but you can also add X to just pump it up more. It also says whenever you attack, you may remove a +1/+1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2 robot artifact creature token.
Yeah.
Definitely does a lot. I've played against this card, and it did I was ahead in the game, and then they played this, and they had another creature with +1/+1 counter, and it came in as
It
like a
just- you're-
6/7 or something, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
You're cooked.
I was kind of cooked. But the thing it has just a smattering of other good green. I got a bunch of Thawbringers because they were
Well,
going
there
late.
you go, Tyler.
A couple Rayblade Troopers, which is the 2 and a white 2/2. When it enters, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I think Nels also had this in his deck.
Yes.
And whenever a non-token creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Also has warp 1 and a white, but that card's quite good. And then the thing that I really love about this deck is I got 3 delicious delicacies late, very late. And this is
This
the
card. How did you get 3 of them late?
I don't know.
You got
This is
3 of
always
them?
Yeah.
how Tyler's
Well,
decks
I've
I
work.
never
will say-
even gotten to see this
I
card
will
get
say I
passed
did.
to me.
I will say this. I did first pick one, and then
okay.
then 2 more did get passed to me. And what I love about this deck is this card is 2 and a black for an artifact food, and it's got flash. It says when this artifact enters, up to 1 target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. But it also has 2 and a tap. Sacrifice this artifact. You gain 3 life. And another option, 2 and a tap, sacrifice this artifact, target opponent loses 3 life. This is the best removal spell in the set,
Delicious dish,
at least according to 17 lands. And so I'm splashing this off of the gene pollinators, and I also have a shambling vent, which is the black and white
Oh, nice.
creature land that has 1 and a white black. Until end of turn, it becomes a 2/3 white and black
Wow.
lifelinker. And I also picked up an Esteli Reclaimer, which I think is just a middling card, but it's a 3 and a white 5/4 with flying. And when it
I
enters,
mean, it is still a 5/4 flyer.
5/4 flyer.
so-
Not saying it's bad, but it's not like
Yeah.
a bomb rare.
No.
But I really like it in this deck because it also reads when this creature enters, return target non-creature, non-land permanent card with mana value X or less with from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this creature. It also has warp for 2 and a white.
Yeah,
so with the
yeah,
delicious
yeah.
delicacies, I've got 3 of those, and I can either for the warp cost or by playing this, put one of the.
Great.
They're obviously easy to get in your graveyard because you can sacrifice them.
We're
I can-
reclaiming a lot of delicacies.
Exactly, and I can bring it back into play and kill another creature.
Yeah,
probably.
this deck should be called dumpster diving.
Ooh, I like that.
You know?
Yeah, just getting in. Yeah, for these
Cute.
delicious, dubious. I'm sorry, I was
Yeah.
calling them delicious, and it is.
Well, it
dubious.
is.
They are
It's a
dubious,
delicious
and
Yeah,
card.
it's
I must
delicious
say.
in this deck for sure.
Yeah, dubious
Love
delicacy.
this. Can't wait to hear how this goes.
Oh, thank you.
See,
Yeah.
this is the thing with Tyler. Every time I look at one of your decks, it's like the coolest deck I've ever seen. And I'm like, how are you
That's-
doing this? My decks are just like a bunch of, dumb creatures and like some removal. And like, look at this beautiful synergy and all
It's
these
great.
cool things you have
Wow,
going on.
That's very kind of you to say.
I'm jealous. How do you do it? Tell me your secrets.
I don't know.
The cards just come to you.
I think it's meditation, honestly.
Well, you heard it here on Good Luck High Five. Meditate your way to better decks.
And that's a threat.
Is bad air quality getting you down? Go to cardkingdom.com/GLHF and get some cards to make yourself feel better.
Ooh,
Edge
that's
of
a good point,
Eternities
yeah.
is available now, everyone. Hooray! The release has happened.
Yes, it has. And if you're like, I have all these cards that I don't want, and there are cards that I also do want, sell them.
Dude, just do it.
Swap them. You can sell them at Card Kingdom, and then you buy them at Card Kingdom.
That's
Card
how it
Kingdom,
works.
you sell them, you buy them. Card Kingdom.
You get a trade-in bonus for anything you don't want, by the way, in-store credit, if that's interesting to you.
Definitely.
Card Kingdom, you sell them, you buy them.
You sell them, you buy them.
And you get credit.
And you get credit. Adam. cardkingdom.com/GLHF. We also want to shout out Dragon Shield. We love their sleeves.
We really do. They're so good.
I love shuffling a Dragon Shield deck. You can use our code GLHF at checkout to get 5% off your entire order. You can also check out our GLHF themed sleeves by searching GLHF in the search bar on their website. We've got Rainbow Feldegriff and our Commander Arcade logo sleeves, which are really sweet. And use the link in the show notes or below the video to shop there to help out our show while you're helping out yourself by getting yourself some fresh new sleeves.
Yeah.
You know, like show people your deck and be like, fit check. Hello. Are you clocking this
Feel
fit?
like fit check.
Just say
hello.
fit check and give no other context. Like just walk up to the table, plop your deck down and say fit
Fit
check.
Fit check.
Hello, little celebration for the fit on my deck. You know?
Fit check.
Fit check. Like someone starts a TikTok get ready with me and it's just sleeving a deck.
Let's go.
Actually,
I would
that's-
watch that.
yeah,
We
that's
would all
actually
watch
pretty
that. We
delightful,
all
yeah.
know we'd watch
I
it.
like that idea.
So check out Dragon Shield, code GLHF at checkout for 5% off. Friends, thank you for joining us for this episode. Thanks for the third time in a row to Tyler for coming on.
Oh, you're so
Yeah.
welcome.
And spinning a yarn with us.
Oh yeah. Hey,
You've
I love
survived
to be.
once more.
Yeah, I love to be spun and I love to be spinning. You know what I mean?
If you were knitted into a garment, what garment would you choose? If you were the yarn to be spun,
Oh my.
what would you like to become in your yarn life?
Ooh,
What a question.
that is quite a question. I feel like I would either. Okay, two answers.
Yeah.
I would either be a nice beanie for the wintertime. 'cause
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
When it gets to be winter outside, I
Oh.
pretty much just wear a beanie all the time. I would want it to be. I would want to be made out of wool as well.
Okay,
I
you
love
can be
that
made out of
material.
wool.
Thank you. And I would also, the second answer would be, and this would be complicated to do, but I would knit myself into a weighted blanket because I really would love to.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like that can bring people a lot of comfort, and it could bring myself comfort. Do I get to wear myself? I think that's a question I should have asked. Like,
Yeah,
am I?
well, we'll
'cause
we'll
I-
get back to you on that.
Okay, great. But either way, those are my two answers.
Beautiful. Listeners, what would you like to be knitted into? Let us know. In our Discord server, if you're a patron, using the hashtag KnitMeUpDaddy, patreon.com/GLHF Magic gets you access to our Discord server to
no.
post things like that or other things. It's up to you.
Yeah, it could be like that, or it could be not like
something
that.
entirely
Thank you
not
again.
like that.
Thank you again to everyone who became a patron.
Truly, so appreciative.
We
of
love
that.
all of you.
We love you. Give us some more names to say next week. We would love to say more
Yes.
names. Thank you to Card Kingdom and Dragon Shield for being the incredible sponsors they always are as well. This draft format, I'm excited to dive into it more, draft more decks that look like Tyler's decks and not like a pile of dudes like my decks look like.
Well, sometimes sometimes a pile of dudes is all
Gets
you
the
need.
job
you know?
done.
Especially if they're,
Yeah.
from last week, what were the people that were answering phone calls? Like the
Oh
large
yeah,
lads.
the
or-
large lads.
Maybe your deck maybe you can ship your deck off to a call center and they can help out answer those large lad
Yeah,
questions.
that's a great point. Great point. Producers, stick around. We've got a longer episode for you. If you're interested in longer episodes every single week, become a producer over on our Patreon. Everybody else is going to have to live in suspense.
Yeah.
Just like it's a never-ending Hitchcock movie.
Yeah, or I guess a magic card was suspend.
Whoa.
Very good.